Governor Doug Burgum this week signed another bill regarding transgender children in North Dakota. That bill passed both chambers earlier this month, and it bans doctors and clinics from performing gender-changing surgeries on minors. The governor's office shared a statement today talking about that bill. Here's what it said. House Bill 1254 still allows medication treatment for early onset puberty and other rare circumstances with parental consent. Children currently receiving gender-affirming care will still be able to receive treatment under this legislation. North Dakota lawmakers admit they were expecting a veto on that very bill, but today instead they say they were pleased by the governor's action. The bill actually passed 2 weeks ago, but was sent to the governor's office last week. The bill makes it a felony for doctors to perform gender-changing surgery on minors. Medical providers may also not prescribe puberty blockers or hormones that can irreversibly change a young boy or girl's body.
You know, one of the main arguments against this bill was that, the surgeries aren't happening in North Dakota. Why are you doing this so early? And it's because if you just look over the border in places like Minnesota, it's happening frequently. It's happening in states around this country. So we're taking a approach that we need to start today so that this doesn't get out of control.
So it's really disappointing to see legislation that's aimed at a very small group of people in our state that are already very vulnerable and very targeted.
The bill does allow for parents to make what's called a good faith decision about their kid's health if their baby is born with a genetic sex disorder. But LGBTQ plus advocates say they are concerned by that very bill, along with other trans-related bills that have been passed this session, and they believe this will begin to push members of the trans community away from North Dakota, impacting our state's workforce, tourism, and medical providers. KX News' Kiara Brown spoke to a leader with the American Civil Liberties Union to hear about possible negative consequences they feel the bill could bring to the state.
North Dakota is the 11th state to sign a complete ban for youth gender-affirming care. And at least 19 other states, local legislators are considering bills that would similarly restrict this kind of medical care for trans youth. Cody Schuler, the advocacy manager for ACLU North Dakota, says the governor's signature on House Bill 1254 reaches repercussions beyond just trans issues.
We're going to see folks that are going to have to leave the state just for basic health care that they need. So I think we are going to see that. I think we're also going to see people who are not interested in relocating. Right now, the governor has this campaign to want to attract workforce development. Families with trans kids are not going to move here because they're not going to have the resources they need.
Testimony was heard in favor of the bill, citing cerebral cortex development, or the lack thereof, until you reach 25 years old. But written in the bill states mental health evaluations and parental consent is needed before trans youth medical care is given.
These parents who are going through this, they're not pushing this on their kids because it's their own agenda. They are responding to the needs of their child like any parent would. And they are then walking with them through a very difficult, very rigorous process.
North Dakota is part of the 8th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, which is currently fighting to block trans bans on adolescent gender-affirming health care in U.S. District Court. Schuler says him and his team will continue to fight at the ballot, in the courts, and in the next legislative session for trans rights.
No matter how hard lawmakers try, trans people are going to continue to exist in our state. The LGBTQ plus community is here. This is their home too. They're not going anywhere. And so just because we make a law against someone doesn't mean they go away.
Kiara Brown, KX News.
House Bill 1254 had an emergency clause, so it goes into effect immediately and allows prosecutors to potentially charge a health care provider with a felony, up to 10 years in prison for performing sex reassignment surgery on a minor.